There's lies, damn lies, statistics, and then mainstream media. The real reason your boyfriend keeps starting fights with you. Men are significantly more likely to pick arguments than women, study finds. Oh, this should be good. I bet this is on the same line as men allegedly have more of certain mental illnesses than women, but only because the exact same behaviors in women are not considered mental illnesses. Or let's not forget that allegedly there's a lot more male predators than female because they just ignore all of the female teachers that struggle snuggle their male students and never have to register as offenders. There's ways they go about manipulating this data to get the results they want. Or my personal favorite, how whenever they throw out that statistic that married men are happier than single men, they always get that result by lumping all single men together, which includes divorced men, widowed men, men who are incels, like actually incels. They want to be married, they want to be in a relationship, but they can't get that. So basically, guys who used to be married and had that taken from them and would prefer to go back, or guys who never had it to begin with and want it, those guys are all lumped in with men who are single and happy by choice. They always have some BS to skew the numbers exactly how they want. So don't trust any of these alleged statistics. Just go by what you yourself experience in your life. You know, kind of like how the government tells you we're not in a recession, the economy is fine, while you're struggling to pay your bills. You weren't struggling last year. You didn't lose your job. You didn't get a raise either. It's just everything costs twice as much. Oh, but the stock market's doing better, guys. The economy's fine, I swear. Who are you going to believe, us or your lying life experience? So I'm very curious to see how they're going to spin this. Whether it's a petty squabble or a full-blown argument, most couples have fights from time to time. People in general have fights. Now, a study has revealed that men are significantly more likely to be the ones stirring the pot. Come on, tell me how. Researchers from the University of St. Andrews say that mixed gender pairs, men are much more likely than women to initiate direct aggression. Okay. I see exactly what they did there. So women being passive aggressive and constantly nagging you and irritating you on purpose to get you to do what they want, that's not going to count as aggression. But when you snap at them and just say, come on, leave me alone, that counts as the aggression. Oh, I see. Yep, I should have seen this coming. I should have known that that's the angle they were going to take. They're just going to ignore all the instigating that women do. Like this would be basically like you got two people. One of them keeps poking the other guy. Like, why you mad? Why you mad? Why you mad? Poke, poke, poke. Why you mad? Why you mad? Why you mad? And as soon as the other guy slaps the first guy's hand out of the way and say, I said stop. Oh, see, I told you were mad. Look, he hit me. He's the aggressor. It's this type. All right, well, now that we cleared up the mystery, let's see what else this article has to offer, because this is going to be a gold mine, I'm sure. However, women aren't simply innocent bystanders. Oh, you mean they instigate most of this aggression? Surely this article isn't going to go so far as to admit that. Once a fight has been initiated, ladies are just as likely to retaliate as men. Oh, okay. So they instigate the fight, and then once it escalates, they keep escalating it. I think everyone knows that. Understanding why some people are more aggressive than others is important, but we need to know why the same person can be aggressive in one circumstance but not another. Yeah, you also need to realize there's multiple types of aggression, including passive aggression, including instigating more direct aggression just so you can then play the victim. They're never going to talk about that, though, because that's all stuff that primarily women do. Although a lot of alleged men do it too, particularly far leftists and particularly politicians. We found here that whammons are more likely to retaliate with aggression than to initiate aggression. They don't initiate it, they instigate it. See, the reason that they're more likely to quote unquote retaliate is because this was their goal from the start. They instigated the guy into initiating aggression and they were ready for it. Oftentimes, when they do this, they have a camera filming somewhere too. In their study, the researchers set out to understand how aggression manifests between familiar pairs. The team enlisted 104 participants who were paired up on a competitive reaction time task. During the task, each round started with a black screen simply displaying ready and white text. 1 second later, set appeared, and then 0 to 8 seconds later, go appeared, signaling the participants to hit their arcade buttons as quick as possible. The winner of each round was given the opportunity to deliver a sound blast to the loser. Oh, it's one of those again? Okay. I gotta ask, like, is the topic still couples? Like this is just one of those things. Like, if you're playing one of these games with someone you allegedly love, and you're given the opportunity to torment them when they lost, if you take it, do you really love them? Like, is that really the type of couple that's indicative of who you want to be researching? Like, I'm sure it's going to make sense later. I'm sure they're going to explain later. Because I'm just thinking, like, fuck, man, if I was doing this game with my wife or girlfriend, why would I want to blast her for 15 seconds, like, for no reason, just because I can? Like, this is the part I don't get. Throughout the 30 rounds, the researchers included several forced breaks to understand whether taking a break affected aggression. This, I'd be willing to bet it does, because, I mean, it worked for me. Like, I've mentioned before that my relationship with my parents actually improved drastically when I moved out of the house, because whenever they were getting on my nerves, I could just disengage and we could both cool down, and vice versa. If I was pissing them off, they could disengage, as opposed to continuing to interact while we're pissed at each other. Makes a difference. The results reveal that across all rounds and gender pair combinations, men were significantly more aggressive than women. Women-only pairs exhibited the lowest levels of aggression, while women were also more likely to de-escalate conflicts with other women than men. Okay, so this isn't even with relationships. This is with random strangers. So you're pretty much proving that women have an in-group preference, which we all know. And why those men in particular are sound blasting those women, again, we go back to the passive aggression and the instigating. I don't know, man. Did that woman make fun of his dick previously? I need a little bit more info as to what led up to this. However, when forced breaks were introduced, aggression levels in men dropped more sharply than women. Goes in line with what I just said, isn't it? This suggests that higher levels of aggressive behavior in men than women is driven, at least in part, by men's greater propensity to act impulsively. Yeah, that's right. Men are the impulsive ones. That's why women get so mad when we make the long-term decision to stay single, as opposed to acting on our impulses and just doing what our dicks tell us to do. You see, maybe, like, not even joking, that's probably why they get so mad and confused. Because they just assume we're impulsive animals that are driven entirely by our sexual urges. So when we don't act that way, they don't know how to react. Well, I was quite sure you were just going to act on your dick and sexually snuggle me or something. I don't know what to do now that you didn't do that. Now, overall, the researchers hope the findings will help uncover the mechanisms of underlying aggression, how gender impulsivity and situational cues interact to shape it. Yeah, this and the entire context of this changed once I realized they weren't referring to couples. It was just random men and random women. I could actually believe that random men in current year anyway might be more aggressive towards random women, especially if they lived their whole lives putting up with feminazis messing with them. That they got a lot of aggression pent up that might blow at any moment. What was even the purpose of this? That was a dumb question. The purpose of this was to give grant money to whoever did the study so they can keep paying their bills and doing their next study. It marks a significant methodological advance in aggression research and emphasizes the importance of context and interpersonal dynamics. Now, this last line is absolutely true. So why didn't you focus on that in the study? Oh, right. This was probably intentional. They probably knew the end goal they were trying to achieve with this. They just had to split it up across like 7 different studies so they could get the most amount of money for it, so they don't have to worry about publishing more papers to get more work and studies in the future. Oh, that's making sense. Making a lot of sense there. But here I go noticing again. I do apologize for everyone I get in trouble by proxy with my noticing.